Hey everybody, this is Susie. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So I'm showing you guys the Bokeh Dots and the Starburst stamp and the Healing Hug stamp set, and I'm using two of the sentiments in this set. And what you want to do with these types of stamps is lay them on your ink pad, and they fit perfectly on your ink pad. You don't want to pounce it around. You want to just put it on there and then give it a good press a couple of times to avoid getting any striping or marks in your inking. And then I just stamp that down. And then I'm going to be using the Tailor Tag punch to be punching out, and I'm just showing you guys the tag punch here in the book, what it looks like. And so I'm going to be using that punch to punch out a bunch of shapes, and I just punched out a whole bunch of them. I think I used 20 some of these anyway, but just do a bunch of stampings and punch a whole bunch out, and then that way if you need any extras, then you have them. So I have a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and when you go to line these up with your first row, you need to be really exact and get them lined up perfectly, because this first row sets the pace for the entire card base, and if you don't get it lined up right, then it's not going to be it's not going to line up correctly when you go to line up the rest of the pieces. So just be super careful and take your time and get these lined up. And I'm using the grid marks on my pad here to line up my card base, and then figure out where you're going to want your first three, and you want to lay them out like that. That way you make sure that you have your spacing correctly, and you want to do your two outside pieces first. Once you get this first row done, it's super easy to do the rest of the card base. It's just trying to make sure that you get them aligned properly. And just take your time, and you'll get it just fine. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just really taking my time, and this is sped up quite a bit too, so I mean it did take a little while to get the first row perfect, and then like I said, the rest of them just go easy peasy, and just try to keep your spacing approximately the same. I wanted to let you guys know that the new holiday catalog is going to be live next month, and seriously, you guys, there are so many awesome sets and different goodies. I can't tell you a lot about what's in the catalog, but it's way cool. And I ordered a couple of the new sets, and oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, it was so hard to pick which ones I wanted. That's a good sign though, right? And the designer series papers are absolutely gorgeous. Also too, the first row that I did, I put a little extra glue on the outside areas so that it kind of tacked my card base down. You're going to be cutting off all of the excess anyway, and you're not going to be able to see the back side of it. So Um, that's my advice anyway, is to tack it down, because then it's not going to be moving around on you, and it'll just be a lot easier. So now I'm just going to go around all the edges and trim off all the excess pieces here. And also, too, this month, for only the month of August, there's a set that's only going to be available for this month. It's called Blended Season. It's a two-part stamp set and a set of dies that you can either purchase separately or you can purchase them in a bundle. And I show in one of my last videos that I showcased that stamp set on a card that I made. So if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's really cool. Alright, so now I'm just trimming off my extra so that I had a little bit of a border. And then I have a piece of blackberry cardstock. And instead of using like foam squares and stuff like that, I like to use fun foam. It gives you a solid base, and that way you're not going to have any dips or anything like that once the card settles a little bit. And it really does add to the look and quality of your cards, I think. And I just make sure that I have a little bit of a border around it. That way you're not going to be able to see the pink the pink fun foam. So basically you could use any color. Well, maybe other than black if you're using a white one, but anywho's it. And I made this bow on my little bow jig, and if you guys are interested, I'll show you guys what that's like. And it makes making bows for me way better, because I can't make a bow to save my life without it. So and I forgot to put this on before I put the foam on, so I'm just taping it on there, and I'm gonna shoot some glue underneath to make sure that it stays in place. And I just used regular tape to tape down my edges, or the ends of my ribbon rather. Alright, now I'm going to grab a couple of sticky dots and pop them underneath the bow, and that just anchors it so it's not floating around on your card and just keeps it in place. And these sticky dots are super sticky. They work really well, and it holds your ribbon down perfectly. Alright, so now I'm going to glue this onto the piece of cardstock, and again I am making sure that I get enough glue around and on the tape area and kind of under it a little bit, just to make sure that it doesn't, I don't want my ribbon to fall out or pulled out or whatever. The nice thing about using wet glue to do your layers is you get a chance to move it and get it in place before it's set in stone. And I like having that a little extra wiggle room. And I just punched out another piece of cardstock, the Whisper White cardstock, and I went ahead and I stamped my sentiment on here prior to the video just to save time. And this is one of the little doilies, the ones that came in the detailed, oh goodness, what's that called? Oh goodness, I can't think of it right now. Anyways, it's in the catalog. And what I did was I just cut it in half and then I laid it with the, not, it, there's a, like a shiny plasticky type side and then there's just a paper side. Well, I took the paper side and just laid it on my Blackberry Bliss ink pad and inked it up and then set it off to the side to dry. Okay, so I had originally stamped my sentiment on the inside of my card and I got it crooked. So I re-stamped it on just a piece of scrap Whisper White and then used one of my dies and die cut out the sentiment. You can see there my boo-boo. Anyways, so I just covered it up and nobody will ever know. And now I'm just going to crease my card with my bone folder so that it lays flat, and then glue down my card front. And this just about wraps everything up, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Anywho's, thank you guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.